Once upon a time, in a sun-scorched land where there was more sand than water, there were two countries that absolutely hated each other. They didn't share a border, they didn't argue about whether pineapple belongs on pizza, but they hated each other, like cats and dogs. And those countries were Iran and Israel. On June 13th, the world held its breath once again, not because of a power outage, but because Israel suddenly knocked on Iran's door with a barrage of missiles. In response, Iran sent back a gift in the form of UAVs, missiles, and a few not-so-friendly greetings. Seeing its protege under attack, the US stepped in to teach Iran a lesson. And then everyone asked, wait, Israel and Iran are fighting again? Aren't they tired? The answer is no, because these two have a long-standing grudge. But why do they hate each other so much? Religion, politics, nukes, or maybe an unfriend back in 1979? Welcome to Middle East Drama, the version where no one backs down. In the 1970s, Iran was pretty flashy. They had a Shah aka King, loved the West, wore suits, drank whiskey, and hung out with the US. They even secretly cooperated with Israel. But then, boom! In 1979, the Islamic Revolution erupted. Iran overthrew the Shah, brought Ayatollah Khomeini to power, and declared, Israel is the enemy of humanity. We oppose Zionism and Coca-Cola too. From being secret business partners, Iran did a full 180. Since then, the two sides haven't fought directly, but tensions keep flaring up. Kind of like two neighbors who hate each other. They don't shout to each other's face, but every morning one of them throws trash over the fence. Israel doesn't just sit back either. They send jets to Syria to blow up Iran's weapons depots, assassinate Iranian commanders, and every now and then, they even cut power at Iran's nuclear facilities. On the topic of Iran's nuclear research, Iran says, we're only developing nuclear power to keep the lights on. Israel hears that and goes, lighting your house with uranium? Sounds totally legit. Israel is deeply worried about Iran getting nuclear weapons because Iran has openly said Israel should not exist. So if Iran gets the bomb, Israel feels like it's standing on a minefield. Israel strikes back by releasing the Stuxnet virus to sabotage Iran's nuclear computers, assassinating nuclear scientists, lobbying the world to ban Iran from enriching uranium. You guys aren't playing fair. We're playing to survive. Behind Israel and Iran is a whole grand stage. Israel has the US, the big brother who really cares. Every time something happens, the US jumps in like a superhero. Calm down, I got this. Calm down, I got this. And Iran, not alone at all. Behind them are Russia and China, nodding along and whispering. Would you trade oil for drones? That's not all. The side characters are joining in too. The UAE and Bahrain made peace with Israel. Meanwhile, Iran's busy expanding its influence in Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. And just like that, the entire Middle East chessboard is clearly split into two sides. And the one thing they all have in common is a stockpile of missiles. And that's why Israel and Iran hate each other, even though they're not even neighbors. What do you think makes this relationship so tense? If you found this video fun and it helped you understand politics, please like and share it. That's what keeps me going during those long nights. And drop a comment below. What issue should we oversimplify next? See you next time. But then, the Archduke decided to visit the wounded, and in a twist of fate, he ran into the same assassin who this time didn't miss, and gave him a final mercy shot.